When I was 10, my family moved into an old house on the edge of town. It was bigger than anywhere we had lived before, surrounded by thick woods that stretched for miles. Our driveway wound like a snake through the trees, making it feel like we were cut off from the rest of the world. My parents were thrilled about the space, but from the moment I stepped inside, I felt something was off. The backyard was my favorite place, vast, untamed, filled with wild hedges and towering oak trees. But the highlight was the old treehouse perched high in the largest tree. It wasn't some flimsy, thrown-together fort. It was solid, with a small wooden door, a proper staircase, and windows carved into its sides. My dad told me the last family had left it behind when they moved away. That first week I spent every afternoon up there, claiming it as my own little hideout. But then, the notes started appearing. Scraps of yellowed paper left neatly in the center of the floor, written in shaky handwriting. "Do you want to be my friend?" I laughed, assuming my older brother was playing a prank on me. So I played along. I grabbed a pencil from my backpack and scribbled back, "Who are you?" and left it where I'd found the first note. The next day, another message was waiting for me. "I like your name. What do you do for fun?" It became a game. Each day, a new note. At first, the messages were friendly, curious even. But as time passed, the questions became strange. Where do you sleep? What time do you go to bed? Who else lives in the house with you? One afternoon, I climbed up to the treehouse as usual. But instead of a note, I found something else. Small white handprints smeared onto the wooden walls. The prints were tiny, smaller than mine. My stomach clenched. This wasn't my brother. That night I couldn't sleep. Every creak of the house made my skin prickle. Then, just as I started to drift off, I heard it, soft, rhythmic tapping against my bedroom window. I froze, my breath caught in my throat. My bed was on the second floor. There was no way someone could be standing outside my window. Slowly, I turned my head toward the glass. A figure stood at the edge of the tree line, small, no taller than me. Its head tilted unnaturally to the side, watching me. My body locked up in terror. I wanted to scream, but the sound caught in my throat. Then it lifted one pale, bony hand and waved. The next morning, I ran straight to the treehouse, desperate to prove to myself that it was all a bad dream. But when I got there, something was different. The notes were gone. The tiny handprints had vanished. And the worst part, the old wooden door to the treehouse had been left wide open. I turned to leave. But as I did, something crunched under my foot. I looked down and felt the blood drain from my face. Marshmallows. Small, scattered, half-melted marshmallows. I never went inside again. But sometimes, late at night, I still hear the tapping.